What's up? What's up? What's up? It is your girl, Pastor Courage Molina, coming to you live with the DOC Dose of Courage. This is our morning morning motivation. That's not what this is. This is our morning devotional for entrepreneurs. Um, I help purpose-driven entrepreneur women to build extraordinary faith so that they become bolder, more confident, and courageous enough to be who God has called them to be, to do what God has called them to do, and take possession of everything He said they could have without hesitation or apology. On this YouTube channel, we talk about faith, we talk about life, we talk about business. So if you are about that life, you are in the right place. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button right now. Don't wait to do it. Hit the subscribe button. Say what's up. Y'all know what today is. Today is Freedom Friday. What's good? What's good? What's good? Today Freedom Friday. As soon as I say today is Freedom Friday, I get real excited. I know I think we've talked about this before. Maybe we talked about it on another Friday, but y'all know anytime I come in here to share Freedom Friday with y'all, it is something that I've gotten free from. So I went to this retreat this weekend, and the retreat was absolutely amazing. It was by Saved in the City. You should definitely check them out. Saved in the City. It was amazing. It was the Serenity retreat. It was phenomenal. And I just had a major breakthrough, and I got free once again, right? Because sometimes I think, you know, we get free, right? We are free, but we don't get free, right? We are free, but we don't get free. It's like, okay, you free from that, but you don't get free from that. What does that mean? It means you were already free from it. You already had a revelation about it. You already had a realization about it, but you didn't go anywhere. You didn't get away from this. You just still kept doing the same thing. Even though you were technically free, you knew in your mind that this was no longer a thing. You still didn't get away from that life. And so listen, when I tell y'all I got free, I got free. Hey Tina, that's my Serenity sister. Hey Maritza. So here's the thing. So I went to this retreat, right? It was absolutely amazing. And one of the sessions, the lady said, what are your desires? What are your expectations for the weekend? And truth be told, I didn't have any desires or expectations for the weekend. And I started to think about that. Why don't you have any desires or expectation? I paid for the retreat. I paid money for the actual retreat itself. I paid for a flight. I paid for a hotel. I paid for a new suitcase because my suitcase broke like 2 weeks before it was time for me to go. So I paid for all these things to be in this space, and I came with no expectations and no desires, right? And I just thought about that. I journaled about that. And here's the thing that I realized is that even though I keep saying I know I'm worthy, right? We talked about this, that we are no longer going to work for worthiness. We are going to worship the one who made us worthy, right? That's something that we've been declaring. I am no longer going to work for worthiness. I'm going to worship the one who has made me worthy. We've been saying that I'm no longer going to work, say it with me, for worthiness. I'm going to worship the one who made me worthy. We've been saying that over and over, and that has released me in some ways. But still, because my life is good, I did not have any desires or expectations above what I was already getting, above where I already was. I'm a coach, right? And my coaching business is doing well. The coaching business earned more than 6 figures last year, and so that's a beautiful thing. I'm a pastor. I have the privilege of pastoring the best women on the planet. Do you hear what I'm telling y'all? That these women that come to my church, they the cream of the crop, baby. Okay. I have the pleasure of pastoring the best women on the planet. My life is good. You know what I'm saying? Like, life is good. I have changed my eating habits, so I don't have some of the same ailments that was plaguing me before. I've been going to therapy, so I've been getting free from those types of things. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like, okay, my life is good. And so I didn't have any additional expectations. Well, let me tell you, that is a worthiness issue. Okay, that is a worthiness issue, because when you understand that you are worthy, when you get the word down in your spirit that you are worthy, then you do what worthy people do. And I'm not talking about judging your behavior. I'm not talking about that, right? I'm not talking about controlling your behavior. I'm saying that when you realize that you are worthy, you start doing what worthy people do. When I know that I'm worthy, when I understand whose I am and who has called me, then I can get my expectations up. So I move into space as a person who knows that she's worthy. When I understand that I am worthy of the calling, then I stand firm, flat-footed, 10 toes down in my position as pastor. When I understand that I am worthy, then I can show up and pour love and grace and compassion in my marriage. When I know that I am worthy, then I can stick to my budget because I know that I'm not defined by how much money is in my bank account or how I look if I'm showing up like the Joneses. You understand what I'm saying? When I realize that I am worthy, I walk differently. The expectation is different. When you understand that you are worthy, you do worthy things. You do what the worthy do. You understand what I'm saying? And so you can say that you know that you're worthy. You can say that, but I wonder, do your actions speak that? Do your actions show that you believe that you are worthy? Does your language show that you believe that you are worthy? Do your desires show that you know that you are worthy? Do your expectations from God show that you are worthy? Does your ability to forgive show that you are worthy? Does your ability to let go and walk away and put up boundaries show that you are worthy? Because the word of God says it's not enough for us to be hearers. You got a good word. You know that God has called you worthy. You know that God has justified you. You know that he's loved you so much that he sent his son Jesus to die for you. You know that Jesus loved you so much that he laid down his life for you. So you know this thing. You got that word. You heard a word. The question is, are you doing it? Because the Bible says, we are not to deceive ourselves. And hearing a word and feeling excited about it and then not walking away and doing it. So what does worthy look like? Right? What does worthy look like in your life? Does that look like increasing your capacity to forgive? What does worthiness, come on, I'm going to bring this back to business because this is a morning devotional for entrepreneurs. What does worthiness look like in your business? What does it look like for your ministry? So I'm going to tell you some things, right? Let me give you an example. So before now, so I've pastored Dose of Courage Community Church. Shout out to my people. Hey, I've pastored Dose of Courage Community Church since December of 2020. Okay. And today is April, almost May, April of 2022. So we just over a year and some change, right? We're just over a year and some change as a church, right? As a pastor, as a congregation, you know, we're doing big things out here. But do you know what pastors who know that they are worthy do? They have a vision. They get a vision for their church. They cast the vision. You know what they do? They have expectations. They have expectations for their team. They have standards for their team. They have requirements and qualifications. They're not out here saying, I will take anything and anybody, or allowing people who may be great people to come and not setting any standards or expectations for them. They know where the church is going, so they are leading their church. They're putting things in place. They know what the church is, where the church is going, so they're able to speak that to their people, right? They are preaching and teaching what needs to be said to the people, not worried about how somebody's going to feel. Y'all saw towards this year, I've really been doubling down on talking about tithes and offerings because I kind of steered clear of that in 2021. I kind of still steered clear of always, really teaching on tithing and offering and giving. But I've come back to double down on that. Here is the thing. When you understand that you are worthy of what you need and what you want, you start to expect that from God. You start to speak that. You start to set those things up. And so now, because I understand truly at the base of my heart that I am worthy, I can make different decisions for the church. Now that I understand that I am worthy and I'm going to walk in that worthiness, I got a word about my worthiness and now I'm going to walk in that worthiness. What that means is now I'm going to be setting standards and expectations for the church and for the team and for the staff and for volunteers and moving forward and for myself. Now that I understand that I'm worthy, Courage Molina University, which is where all of my coaching programs are housed out of, Now we've kind of set this new stage. Now that I understand that I am worthy, I have these new expectations and these new tasks to do and these new goals, right? Because you don't get your expectations up. You don't expect to get what you need for your business. You don't expect to get what you need to help your brand or your business or your ministry grow. You don't expect to be able to get that when you don't know that you are worthy. When you are struggling with worthiness, you are unable to see, okay, these are the things that I need for the business that God has given me. So clearly the Lord is going to provide. God has called me and created me not so that I can be mildly successful, but so that I could be wildly successful. I want to be a woman of massive impact, right? And if God has called me to those things, then I should expect that whatever I need to be great, whatever I need to be excellent, whatever I need to be wildly successful, whatever I need to be a woman of massive impact, that the Lord is going to provide for me. I need to start inviting him into those spaces, and I need to get my expectations up. So I can tell you right now that the expectations of Courage Molina, the expectations of Pastor Courage Molina has changed. What I'm expecting for people to do, what I'm expecting for the church to do, the expectation and standards have changed. What's his name? It's not Fat Joe. It's is it Fat Joe? I think it's Fat Joe who's been saying yesterday's price is not today's price. Yesterday's expectations is not today's expectations. What I expected God to do yesterday is not today's expectation. As you grow and you understand your worthiness, it changes how you approach God at the throne, even. Right? It changes how you approach him at the throne. I mean, I just wonder. I wonder what your business plan, the desires of your business, um, for your team, for the clients, for your pricing, for your products and services. I wonder what those things would look like if you knew you were worthy and you were operating from a place of, I am worthy of every single thing that God has set aside for me. I am worthy of every position that God has placed me in. I am worthy of every opportunity to level up. I am worthy of taking possession of my heart's desires. I am worthy of having a support team. I am worthy of having investors. I am worthy. I wonder how we would move if we knew we were worthy. I wonder what your resilience in your business would look like when you know that you are worthy for the highest level of partnerships, investors, collaborations, partnership, brand deals, endorsements. I wonder what it would look like if you understood that you were worthy when somebody said, no, I'm sorry, I don't want to do business with you. My homegirl, my bestie, Erica Davenport, has a prayer call that she does on Thursday morning. And yesterday was so divine. She talked about divine declines. Understanding and appreciating a divine decline can only happen when you understand how worthy you are. When you understand that your worthiness does not change, right? That when you understand that your worthiness does not change based on how your launch went, based on any of that. When I tell y'all that your girl is worthy, so things are changing at a very quick pace, that's how you gonna know too. Because up until now, you've been pretending like you thought you was worthy. But the second that you actually walk into that worthiness, that things begin to change in your mind. And so then you start to command things and you start to expect things from God. And so now God is meeting you at your expectation. You start to elevate what your expectations are. You start to elevate what you think that you even yourself can do. You start to realize, and now you can see yourself. Listen, I was showing up on showing up and doing this thing. I've been showing up for a long time. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. You understand what I'm saying? I've been showing up for a long time, but I can tell you right now that in a short amount of time, the more that I realize how worthy I am, the higher my expectations get for every single thing in my life. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that includes from myself. I expect for me to show people more grace. I expect for me to show people more grace. I expect for me to be more compassionate. I expect for me to show more mercy. I expect for me to focus on impact. You understand what I'm saying? I have higher expectations. And so because I have higher expectations of myself, I also have higher expectations of everything around me. And not just like putting more difficult I'm not talking about placing more difficult expectations on men and on women. I'm talking about you having higher expectations about what God is going to bring to you. So I don't have to be mad about what I have. I don't have to be mad about where I am. I don't have to be mad about my current season because I actually have great expectations, and I don't care how hard things are right now. I know this is not where I will live. I don't care how difficult things are right now in your business. I don't care how well your launch went or how well it didn't go. I don't care what your finances look like. I don't care what your team look like. But a person who knows that she is worthy, a woman who knows that she is worthy, is okay about where she is because she's expecting for God to do something mightily. She's expecting for God to move in a big way. And so she is moving towards that thing. Her expectations are high. Her hope is up. She is so much more resilient because she might be rejected from here or from there, or somebody might decide they don't want to work with you, or somebody might decide to get off your email list, or they're not going to subscribe to your YouTube channel, and all of those things. All of those things might be true, but it does not make me less worthy. So I'm going to continue to move with this great expectation. I'm going to continue to keep my expectations up. I'm going to continue to expect more in every area of my life because I understand that I'm worthy. And I'm not just getting something from people like, oh, I'm lucky if somebody shows up. Oh, I'm lucky if somebody purchases the program. Let me tell you something. When somebody enrolls in Courageous Discipleship, that is what I expect. Why? Because it is a program that God gave me. It is the thing that He put in my hand, and I expect for the thing that God gave me to work. Do you hear what I'm saying? I am grateful every time a woman signs up. I am grateful every time a woman enrolls in Courageous Discipleship. I literally celebrate every single time a new person enrolls in Courageous Discipleship. I celebrate. Do you hear me? But I expect for women from the north, the south, the east, and the west to be signing up for Courageous Discipleship every day. I expect for somebody to sign up every single day. And every morning I wake up, I expect that somebody's going to enroll in Courageous Discipleship. And every time I go to sleep, even if no one has enrolled, I'm going to expect that somebody might enroll while I'm asleep. And even when I wake up and nobody's enrolled, I'm going to expect that somebody's going to enroll today. You know why? You should expect for the thing that God put in your hand to work. You should expect for the thing that God put in your hand to go out and impact the world. You should expect for the thing that God gave you, the skills and the gifts, that they will make room for you, that is the thing that God is going to use to bless you, that He's going to bless the work of your hands, that it's going to be a 30-fold, 60-fold, or 100-fold, because when He called you to the marketplace, you showed up. You should expect for your ministry to go because it is the thing that God gave to you. You should expect for that staff in your hand, whatever it is, to move mountains. You should expect to be able to get water from a rock. You should be expecting to get things that don't make any sense. You should expect to see a highway in the water. You understand? You should expect to be able to pass through the fire and not get burned. You should expect to be able to plant a seed today and get 100-fold in the same year, because I understand that I am worthy. I know who I am. And more importantly, I know whose I am. And it's in that identity of knowing whose I am that really helps you to understand your worthiness. If I could spend more time thinking about who I belong to, who my daddy is, the royalty that I am, the inheritance that I have, the one that I have moving on my behalf, the one who has gone before me to make a way, the one who has plans for me already, the one who knew me before when I was knitted in my mother's womb, that one, the one who called me, created me, and crafted me by hand, the one who saved me by putting His Son on the cross. When I know who I am and who I belong to, that raises my expectation. I expect to be treated a certain way in these spaces. I expect to have things go a certain way for me. That's my expectation. I know I'm Mike's wife. Let me break it down for you. I know I'm Mike's wife. Hi, my name is Courage Molina, Mrs. Molina, wife of Michael Molina. Hi, guys. I know who I am. There's certain expectation that I walk into a room with. There's a certain expectation that I have when we are out. There's a certain expectation that I have in my home. Why? Because I'm his wife. I know who I am. I'm the wife. I ain't the home girl. I ain't the friend. You know what I'm saying? I'm the wife. And so since I'm the wife, there's a certain level of expectation that I have. I walk and I move differently when we get in the room. I don't care who's smiling at him. Girl, you can keep on smile right on, child. I'm the wife. Do you hear me? Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm the wife. I'm not none of whatever that is. Honey, the wife. I'm the rib. I'm the flesh of the flesh. Okay? I have an expectation. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's just different. And I'm telling you that because when you understand, I understand. You know what? Let me explain this to you. Let me explain. And I can't speak for the people. I'm gonna explain it to you the only way I can. This is what my homegirl say, boy, you really be on some death do you part type stuff. And I really am. I really am on some till death do you part type stuff. I really am. Let me explain something to you. Okay? When you the wife, you know, my expectation is until one of us goes in the grave. Okay? I'm the wife. I don't care what happens. I don't care what we go through. This thing that I have is until death do us part. Do you hear me? Did you see what I'm saying to you? So listen, we've been married for a long time and we ain't as young as we used to be. You know what I'm saying? So we done been through some things. But let me explain something to you. Okay? I don't care what nobody else is saying or doing. Baby, I'm going to be the wife till it die. Okay? I know people are like, oh, well, I ain't going to be in no marriage. I got to fight for it. Well, we ain't all the same. We ain't all the same. But I know that this is my husband. And I went into covenant about that man. You understand what I'm saying? With the Lord. So I'm the wife. I got different levels of expectation. I expect to be Mrs. Okay? I expect to be Mrs. until I die. That is my expectation. I don't care what comes, what goes. I'm gonna be the last one standing. You hear me? I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back. I don't care what comes and what goes. I don't care what kind of trouble come, what kind of trouble go. I'm gonna be the last one standing because I'm the wife. Different type of expectation. You understand what I'm saying to you? When you understand that you are the daughter of the Most High God, there's a different expectation. I expect to be on top. I expect to be the lender. And just because I'm in a season right now where I'm in debt, just because I'm in a season right now where maybe you broke, just because you're in a season right now where you can't make ends meet, you need to get your expectations up because you know who you are. I'm the lender and not the borrower. I don't care what Fannie Mae say. Okay? I don't care what Fannie Mae say. I'm the lender and not the borrower. So my expectations stay high. They don't change with the season. Okay? That it don't change because this situation. No. My position as child of the Most High God, God who is king of the fight, that doesn't change because I'm in the fight. My position, you know what I'm saying? The position that he has placed me in doesn't change. So I'm gonna get my expectation up because I know I'm worthy of the honor that is due me. Come on. I know I'm worthy of the clients. I know that because this is what he gave me. I know I can get water from a rock. Somebody else can't get water from a rock. I mean, that's not my business. And that's what we do. We'll say, oh, well, I know that person, they business not working well for them. And so they tried something, so it didn't work. Oh, I know that person, they did this. And then okay, well, I'm not that. I mean, I don't know about them. I'm not that person. I'm focused on who I am in the kingdom. And I'm a child of the Most High God. And so I expect to be able to get water from a rock. I expect to be able to get out the boat and walk on water. I expect to be able to see a storm and tell the storm to shut up. I expect to be able to cast out demons in my home. I expect to be able to pull down some strongholds. I expect to be able to build wealth because God has given, the word of God said he has given you the ability to build wealth. I expect to be wealthy. I don't care about this season. I might be in the season where I ain't got it, but baby, my expectations are see, when your expectations are low, you think your expectations are low because of your experience. You think your expectations are low because of your situation. You think your expectations are low because you don't know who you are. And if you knew who you were, you would understand your worthiness. If you know who you, that's just it. You own some you stuff. I'm on some God stuff. I'm not so worthy because of Courage Molina. I'm worthy because my dad is God. I'm worthy because my dad is the one who said, I'm worthy because my dad said, let there be light. And then there was light. You understand what I'm saying? I'm worthy because he raised people from the dead. That's who my daddy is. I'm worthy because he adopted me. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm worthy because he adopted. He went through all the trouble to adopt me so I could be part, so I could have an inheritance with Jesus. You understand what I'm saying? Then Jesus Christ, my brother and my Lord and Savior, he also ascended to heaven so that I could have Holy Spirit here working on my behalf, leading me, guiding me, giving me discernment. So when you really know that you are worthy, you can just, you look at your life. That's what happened, right? So if you had asked me at the retreat, at the start of the retreat, do you think that you are worthy of good things? I would have told you yes. I would have said, yes, I'm worthy. But God revealed to me that I did not understand my worthiness. That's why I ask y'all questions, right? Just through one simple little statement, one simple little question. What are your desires? What are your expectations? What are your desires? Now, I think a lot of us have desires. We have things that we want. But do you have expectations that meet those desires? Are your expectations at that level? That's what I wonder. I wonder if your expectations are at the same level as your desires. You desire to be debt free. Do you expect to be debt free? You desire to build a six-figure business. Do you expect to build a six-figure business? You desire to have clients. You desire to expand. Do you expect to expand? This for me, this for me, this for me. You desire to be monetized on YouTube. Do you expect to be monetized on YouTube? Because there's a difference. And I'm gonna tell, and you move differently when it's a desire. Didn't you see what I'm saying? When it's a desire, it's just something that's out there. It's just something that you want. It's something that you're willing to work for until a certain point. Right? It's like when it's a desire, there's this internal, and it's different for everybody. But when there's a desire, there's an internal stopping point, right? Um, God called me to quit my job in 2017. Actually, he called me to quit in 2016, but I didn't do it till 2017. He called me to do it before, but I was like, I couldn't do it, right? So I did it in 2017. And I wrote a book. I'm gonna be talking about this book all the time, so please get it. If you don't have it, you can get it from the website and I'll sign it. You can go to couragemolina.org/shop. In 2017, I wrote this book. It came out in 2018. And it got really tough when I quit my job. Okay. It got super tough. Things transpired and happened that I never could. You think that things are going to get tough and things are not going to be easy. You just couldn't have any idea. Like when I quit my job, my husband was working a job where he was making enough money where it was certainly going to cut back on the things that we did, but he was making enough money to carry the household. Within a few months of me quitting my job, he lost his job. And when he got a new job, he was making 50% of what he was making on the last job. Okay. I desired to have a successful business. I desired to be a full-time entrepreneur, right? That's where we start. We kind of start there. I desired. So that's why I heard from the Lord. I quit my job. And then my husband lost his job, and his new job was 50%, right? Longer hours too. Was just like, it was like, seriously, you knew he was gonna lose his job. Why'd you let me quit? Because I know you knew, so I might not have known. As a result, even though my husband was on board with me quitting, as a result, things got tight real fast. I had no plan B. I had no money saved, and I know people are like, "Oh, well, you should have had money saved." No, what I should have done was what God told me to do. And sometimes it is conventional wisdom, and it's like saving money. But the Lord knew I didn't have any money saved. I was a classroom teacher. The Lord knew y'all might not have known my money situation, but he certainly knew my money situation when he called me to quit. And so I choose obedience over people like, oh, you got to be responsible. Let me just put this out here right here for you. You're thinking about coming to Dose of Courage Community Church. You're thinking about working with me in some capacity. Let me be clear here. I am not trying to be responsible. That is not my goal in life. My goal in life is not to be responsible. I don't care nothing about being responsible. If you want somebody to teach you to be responsible, I'm not her. Go ahead, log off. It ain't me. I don't care nothing about being responsible. I'm not trying to be smart, but you got to be smart. I ain't trying to be smart. I'm not trying to be responsible, and I ain't trying to be smart. You know what I am? Obedient. And if being obedient looks responsible, great. If being obedient look crazy, well, crazy it is. Okay? So my goal is not to be responsible. That's not a thing for me anymore. Like, ooh, I just want to be responsible. Child, I don't care nothing about being responsible or looking responsible. I care about being obedient. Am I doing what the Lord said for me to do? Am I out here looking crazy in these streets? Well, maybe. Well, then I said what I said. Okay. So I just want to let y'all know that real quick. And so, things got tight real quick, right? Things got tight so quick. And my husband and I started to, our marriage started to deteriorate as a result of these finances. It was like we were no longer on the same page. He wanted me to go back to work. I definitely was not going back to work. Because every time I talked to God about going back to work, it was a no. Every time I got into prayer, every time I cried about my bills, every time I cried about how tight things were, every time I cried about, like, I think I might actually have to get on food steps right now. Like, is that what we're doing? I got a whole degree out here, and I didn't get fired. I had 10, 11 years in teaching. I could get a teaching job. Let me just go back to teaching. Like, what's good? You know what I'm saying? Every time I talked to the Lord, it was like, no, 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 no. And so even though things got so tight and things were so hard, I feel like actually things were impossible. God was calling me to write this book, and I expected to be successful. I expected for God to bless the work of my hands. I expected to be able to earn six figures. I expected that I would change our lifestyle. I expected to get to a place where I could retire my husband. I expected to be in a place where I could pay cash for my dream home. Those are my expectations. And so when it's your desires and things get tough, because things got real tough. I'm not talking small tough. I'm talking 3 months behind on my car payment tough. I'm not talking small tough. I'm talking, I don't know how we're going to pay the rent tough. I'm not talking small tough. I'm talking no food in the freezer. My cousin goes on the fast, and he's like, do you have room in your freezer? I was like, are you trying to be funny? He was like, no, I'm got to do this fast, and I just want to get all this food out. I was like, it's plenty of room. He came over here, filled the freezer up with food. I was like, boy, the Lord is really on his grind. So when I tell you things got tough, I don't mean small. Things got tough like family members talking about me. Things got tough like my husband sleeping on the couch. Things got tough like me questioning my own sanity. Things got tough. I ain't talking like a little bit tough. Things got tough. Like I had to make a choice between paying bills and getting medicine from my, she was like 17, getting medicine from my 17. When I say things got tough, baby, I mean things got tough. Desire has you going back to work because I don't want nothing that bad. I don't want nothing so bad that my car about to be taken. I don't want nothing. I'm trying to tell you right now, I don't want nothing so bad I'm going to let it destroy my marriage. And you don't know whether your marriage is destroyed until you come through on the other side, because it sure looked like some destruction in the middle. Okay, it sure looked like some destruction in the middle. Okay, I'm not gonna, do that to my marriage for something I want, for something I desire. No. The minute that my marriage is in trouble, the minute that my credit score is in trouble, the minute that I can't take care of my kids at the level. I was a teen parent. I was pregnant in the 9th grade, and I got my first job like 3 months after Michael was born, and I never stopped working. First of all, that's not true. I got my first job when I was 14, but I had another job as soon as Michael was 3 months old. I was working again. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Right? So I had a standard of taking care of my family. I had a standard of my husband and I, we were in a 2-income household. Right? The bills that we had, the lifestyle that we had, built up to was one that required 2 incomes, or one that required a level of income that we no longer had. I'm not going to do that to my family for something that I desire. Are you? Huh? No, I'm not about to do that. You sound crazy. No, 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 no. I'm not about to do that. I'm not. Do you know how long I've been married to this man? Do you know how long I have loved him with all that I am? Do you know? Child, please. No, not at all. Me and Mike been together since what, 1995? I'm about to mess that up. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. For something I want. Child, I want nothing that bad. And that's the thing. The thing that you've been called to do is the thing that you want. It's not the thing that you expect. Because when you expect for God to show up, then come hella high water, you stay the course. You expect for God to restore your marriage, come hella high water, you stay the course. You expect for God to bless the work of your hands, come hella high water, you stay the course. You expect for God to free you of whatever, anxiety and depression, come hella high water, you stay the course. You're like, we ain't going nowhere. We got an expectation. I got a seed in the ground, and I got a God who's blessing it. No, I'm not about to go nowhere. No, not me. No, I got an expectation. There's a difference between expectation and desire. And when you have an expectation, even when things get tough, you know you are worthy of the thing that God gave you, because you know who you are to him. I know I'm going to get that on the other side. Now, I don't know how long it's going to take me to get it, but I know it's mine because I know who I am. I'm the redeemed of the Lord. I'm beloved. I'm a special possession. I'm righteous. I'm holy. Hello. I'm the weapon. Y'all, you out here worried about weapons. You out here worried about weapons formed against you. I'm the weapon. Right? I'm the weapon in the hands of God. So somebody need to be worried about me. I'm not going to be worried about no weapon, because I already know the weapons formed against me will not prosper. And I know that I'm a weapon in the hand of God. Read your Bible. So you should be shook by me, because I know who I am, right? When you understand who you are, it raises your level. It helps you to see how worthy you are because of who you are. And then it allows you to get not just your desires, it allows you to raise your expectations to the level of your desires. I wonder what your gap is, right? I want y'all to close the gap this week. That's what I want y'all to do. I want you to close the gap this week, right? I hope this Freedom Friday helps you to close the gap between your desires, which be up here, and your expectation, which typically be down here. I hope that this Freedom Friday helps you to raise your expectations to meet or exceed the desires that you have. I hope you get free. I hope that you remember who you are and that your expectations are raised to the level of your desires, so you can show up like you expect for God to show up, so that you can stick with it like you expect for God to stick with it. Okay. I love y'all. If you have not subscribed to this channel, get your life, subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to the channel. Tomorrow is church, 8 a.m. EST. We are live streaming in YouTube. Make sure you're in the chat. You are part of this church, and then join us for conversation. Church is not over when the teaching stops. Church is over after the conversation. So if you don't join us for the conversation, you cutting out early in church, and then you don't want the Lord to cut your blessings. Stop it. Stay in church. Stop leaving early. Okay, stay in church. Stop leaving early. For those of you who you don't know how to keep your faith up, right? Like, I'm here to encourage you every single day. Let me not say every day, Monday through Saturday. I'm here to encourage you, but you might need some encouragement on a Wednesday afternoon. You might need some insight on a Thursday evening. You might need some insight middle of the night on Sunday, right? And it's like, if you don't know how to study your Bible, I want you to get into courageous discipleship. If you're under the sound of my voice, this is what I'm gonna start saying. Okay. See, the Lord about to have me say something crazy, but I'm about to say it anyway. Forget that. I know I said if you don't know how to study your Bible, I changed my mind. Okay? Here's the new directive. The Lord really be doing the most. Here's the new directive. If you have not enrolled in courageous discipleship, enroll in courageous discipleship. How do I know if courageous discipleship is for me? Have you been through it? No. Are you a woman? Yes, enroll. When should you enroll? Today. Let this be your sign, right? Listen, are you hearing me? Because the Lord is directing this strategy. The Lord is directing my business. The Lord is directing this ministry and the women that I've been called to. So you are not attracted to this word for no reason. You are attracted to this word for a reason. You are attracted to this word for a reason. There is something about me. You find me magnetic for a reason. You can't get enough. I know, I think it's crazy too, for a reason. And for that reason, I know I can tell you, if you are here and you have not enrolled in courageous discipleship, do whatever it takes to enroll in courageous discipleship. Enroll today. When should you enroll? Today. I know you meant to. I know you plan to. Go ahead and do it today. If you need a flexible, if you go to that website, Courage Molina University, my name, University, CourageMolinaUniversity.com. If you go there and you cannot find a payment plan that really fits what it is that you need, right? I have a more flexible payment plan. You can just send me an email, courage@couragemolina.com. You can just send me an email, courage@couragemolina.com, if you need a more flexible payment plan. But if you have not gone through courageous discipleship, that's who needs it. The people who haven't gone through, right? The people who need courageous discipleship are the people who haven't gone through courageous discipleship. So sign up today. You're here for a reason. And I listen, it's so crazy. It is like, it's so, because I can hear him talking to me. It's so crazy. Because here's the thing. There are so many things that God orchestrates, right? In order to give you exactly what you need. There are so many things. Do you think it's a coincidence that we met? You think it's a coincidence that you found my YouTube channel? You think it's a coincidence that I was a coach at that time in that program? You think it's a coincidence that you still in my community? You think it's a coincidence? You think that it's not a coincidence, right? God has orchestrated this thing. You think it's a coincidence that he said to me, I'm not coaching a soul. I'm not coaching a soul who hasn't come through courageous discipleship. You think that it's a coincidence that we are doubling and tripling down on courageous discipleship? You think that? God is extremely intentional. And so when I put a prayer in the air, okay, when I put a prayer in the air and he starts directing my path, I do what he says, even when it makes no sense. It makes no sense to tell women they can't sign up. Do you know that I had women who were prepared to sign up for Courageous Living Mastermind? Do you know that? That I had women who were prepared to give me $4,500. Do you know that? Do you know that I had to, during the launch, come on, who does it during the launch? Do you know that during the launch of Courageous Living Mastermind with a $4,500 price point that I have sold out in 2 days in the past, do you know that during that launch, the Lord said, if they don't come through, like courageous discipleship is where they start, or they don't come? Do you know that there were women who I had to get and say, hey, listen, I know this is where you want it to be, but unfortunately, I cannot take your money. I honored anybody who had enrolled. Anybody that had actually paid, we honored that. The Lord and I honored that. But there were women who were like, oh, I'm getting in, who I had to get an email, had to get on calls and say, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I know I invited you to join, but I have to decline. There was a woman who said, I want to be in Courageous Living Mastermind. And I was like, no, ma'am, I'm sorry. You can get in Courageous Discipleship, or I will not be your coach. I might not be the coach for you. Do you know how crazy that is? That's crazy. That is crazy. That's so crazy. That's insane. Okay. Especially with the goals that we set. It makes no sense for me to be turning people away that's got money. You know? Like, what? We built this brand, this know, like, trust factor to a place where women will pay, to be in my program, to pay to be in the 12-week program. Like, that's what we've been working for. We've been working to get here. They see us, and they know I can do the work. No, the Lord was like, girl, we do not care. It's courageous discipleship, or they can keep it pushing. I'm like, okay. You think that he changed the strategy so that you can hear me now doubling down? You think that he got me free this weekend so I can start talking about courageous discipleship every single day, every single day, every single day, every single day, so that you cannot sign up on the day that you hear? That's not it. You think it's a coincidence? You think it's just a business strategy? You think that's what it is? Girl, stop. Stop lying to yourself, child. Stop. You ain't here for no reason. Sign up today. Okay. And if you need a more flexible payment plan, send me an email, courage@couragemalina, and I will send you the link. Okay. I love y'all. The Lord is really doing. Listen, when I tell y'all the Lord is doing something, the Lord is doing. So I don't know what He's doing. Listen, that is exactly it, Maritz. I'm gonna put this on the screen because you ain't lying. That's exactly it. My CEO just informed me that the criteria to get in has changed. He said, I know that we were previously in a previous season, this is what we were doing. But in this season, moving forward, we're going to double down on impact. And the most impact that you could have on a woman's life, me, right, is bringing her through courageous discipleship. So that's where we're going. You need help in your, I ain't even going to say what you need. I ain't even going to say that. I ain't going to say what you need. I'm not going to do that. Nope, I was almost about to, because that is how I'm trained. That is how I was taught, but I'm not going to say that anymore. What I'm going to say to you when I go live, what I'm going to say to you is, if you have not come through courageous discipleship, that's how you know you need to go through courageous discipleship. If you have been drawn to me, if you feel like you are connected to me for a reason, I want you to enroll in courageous discipleship. That's what it is. You feel like God is, people tell me all the time, like, I feel like the Lord has called me to sit at your feet. Okay, I don't really know what that means. The Lord has called me to sit under you. Okay, cool. You need to go through courageous discipleship. You want to work with me. You want me to be your coach. You want me to help you. And listen, my coaching is fire. We are here building businesses and expanding our brands and whatnot. Now that we are doing, okay? But the criteria has changed. I will no longer be coaching women who have not come through courageous discipleship. My team and I, because it's my responsibility to come and get y'all. It's my responsibility to be focused on impact, and not my feelings and not my preference. My team and I did some planning yesterday, and there's some other things are gonna be changing. When I tell you God said you're gonna come through courageous discipleship, let me tell you something. We're not even renewing you. Courageous Faith membership, it's no renewal. It's no renewal. It's done. It's no renewal if you don't come through courageous discipleship. I got people who are supposed to be renewing in May who have not come through courageous discipleship. We gonna let that go. We're gonna let it go. We're just gonna let it go. But we are currently we are currently mapping out all the ways that we can help you come through courageous discipleship. We are coming up with all the ways that we can help you come through courageous discipleship because we know that you are concerned about growing your business, and we know that. But here's the thing, there isn't anything that outperforms obedience. And the clearer you can hear from God, the better. And that means being able to get in the word. And this is, it ain't for everybody, but whoever I'm supposed to coach, you coming through courageous discipleship. And if that's not you, that's okay. It ain't you. But if it is you, don't keep waiting now. I'm going to tell you right now, don't keep waiting. Go ahead and come through courageous discipleship. Stop playing, okay? That prayer you got about your business, and now you're here. You want to know what you need to do. You said, God, you're looking for a sign. You need this. You need that. This is your sign right here. Courageous discipleship. Get in it. All right. I love y'all. And I will see y'all on the flip side. Stephanie, can we get on the call? I'm going to send you a link. Can we get on a Zoom call right now? Stephanie, I got a little time. I need to talk to you before I get into my Bible today. If you got some time, I would love it. All right. I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. I'll see y'all tomorrow at church. Okay. Bye. Listen, if you sign up for Courageous Discipleship, man, fill out that intake form. I'm trying to send you a gift. I cannot send your gift out if you do not fill out that intake form. You get an email and it says, fill out the intake form. Don't be talking about you're going to do it later. Fill out the dang intake form because it's asking you for your mailing address. I cannot send your gift, and your gift is amazing. I cannot send your gift if you do not fill out that form. Yes, I'm annoyed. I'd be like, why? Because I'd be so excited to send your gift. That's why I'd be mad when y'all don't fill out the intake form. I'm like, don't they want this gift? This gift is great. I'm going to send you a gift to welcome you to, courageous discipleship. I want to send you a welcome gift. And my welcome gifts are amazing because I love to give gifts. So give me your address so I can send you this gift. Stop playing. Stop keeping me from my joy. I love going to the post office. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all think I'm crazy, but I don't care. Fill out the intake form so I can see your gift, man. All right, I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.